Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
You
What?
You didn't shave over the weekend?
No, I didn't. The morning did not. It was one of those mornings that did not go as planned. And so the last thing I was worrying about was trying to shave today. So I'll look better tomorrow. I knew the comment was coming, and I just prepared myself for it the entire drive over here.
Well,
So,
let me just ask you a question then.
Sure.
Just kind of a general question.
Mm-hmm.
So you were just planning on shaving this morning. I mean, you had Saturday, but you were watching the ball game, so
that
you
is
didn't
correct.
shave.
Yeah. Playing and taking care of grandkids. So Saturday was a bit busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yesterday I went to the races.
Right, went to the races down at
And
Dawson.
so I was planning on doing it this morning, and like I said, I'm sure there's plenty of people listening out there who have woke up and had their morning not go as planned,
Oh, sure.
and that was me. So I was kind of running behind, and I just figured, you know what, I'm not going to worry about shaving. So I didn't.
You sure didn't. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, this isn't very much for a week. You know, some guys that have a full beard by now, and maybe that's worse. Maybe the reason you're making fun of me is because.
Oh no, I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just,
You're bringing it to everybody's attention.
I'm just asking a question.
You didn't have to.
I'm just
You
asking.
didn't have to bring it to everybody's attention, but now you have.
Well, you're on the screen.
Yeah,
I mean,
but people can't hardly even tell by looking on Facebook.
Well, maybe on Facebook they think maybe you just put a little mud on your face. Forgot to wash your face this morning.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, moving along.
Yes.
Happy
please,
Monday.
Let's do.
Happy Monday to everybody.
Yeah.
We hope that you had a good weekend. It was a active weekend. The Arnold Festival, Fall Festival, went really, really well, and we were able to go over and be a part of the parade on Saturday and stuck around and visited with some old friends, and the activities centered around the park went wonderfully, and I think it was a big success. They had, get this, I think I was told over 400 people for the barbecue.
That's great.
Following the parade.
Good.
Then they had the golf cart blindfolded races, and they had the redneck competition, kids games. So it went really well, and the parade was fabulous. You know, I love it. I love it at Arnold. I pull up, and Della was running the parade, Della Daly, and I said, "Well, do we need a number?" No. Is there somewhere I'm supposed to, line up? Just stay ahead of the horses. The horses need to be last. Other than that, just jump in.
Nice. There you go.
And Tim Rosentrader was the announcer, so he knew everybody, so he didn't need any information.
Yeah.
He did a great job. So that all went really well.
Good.
And we had all the games on Friday night. And, of course, the football game, real quick, before we get too far into this. I know everybody was disappointed about the Nebraska game as far as the final score goes, and some of the things that happened in the game, like some field goals and blocked.
You mean missed field goals?
Yeah, missed field goals and blocked point afters, and about 9 points there that people wish they would have had. Although you can't actually say that if you're going 50 yards that you're going to hit every one of those. I don't think that was so bad. The 35 one probably. Anyway, I know there's been a ton of discussion, but did anybody go down there? Did any Nebraska fans follow the team down there and think that would be the final score? I mean, I really believe that people thought, it could have been a blowout at home at Norman. And Nebraska came in there and showed that, college football is great because you never know on one particular day what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, and one of these days,
Yep.
a Scott Frost coached Nebraska team is going to get a break. I just believe that. One of these days. I mean, everybody's looking at the kicking, and obviously that was a glaring point of
Right.
the game. But just watching it on TV, I think about the poor young running back, Gabe Ervin, who made a cut. His knee blows out. He falls to the ground. Just watching that on TV. Now, I wasn't there, but if that injury doesn't occur, it looks to me like he makes a cut and he takes off to the races. But his knee blows out.
Yeah.
I mean, just stuff like that. I just watched that and I just was shaking my head, and I'm like, for those players and for Scott Frost, I'm like, that poor coaching staff and those players just have not been able to get a break the last 3 years, in my opinion. And listen, some of it is brought on by themselves. There were penalties that definitely hurt on Saturday, and there was the missed field goals, the extra point. What a momentum swing! I know it was just 2 points, but that was just crushing.
Three-way swing.
Yeah,
right?
to watch that happen. But the play for me was when an extremely talented running back, and again, I'm just watching it on TV. Maybe it wouldn't have went for a big gain, but just watching the replay, I'm like, man, it just looked like the hole was there, and then the poor guy injures his knee without any contact. And I felt terrible for the kid, felt terrible for the players. I'm just like, that just like sums it up, And I just feel bad for the kids because I don't think there's any question that progress has been made, but it's just not showing itself up in the way of wins yet. So I hope for the team's sake that it will start to show up in the way of wins. But my goodness, you go into the Big Ten schedule now, there's not a gimme game on that schedule. There's a lot of tough teams to be played. So, but it was a great effort and fun game to watch.
It
Good
was.
game to watch.
We weren't watching as closely. We were visiting with some friends that we hadn't seen for a while, and so we were watching it on the screen and kind of catching things in between. I have to ask you real quick, and we'll move along. The call, 15-yard penalty for face mask. Well, I just happened to watch the replay. It was called against Nebraska, but it looked to me like it was the other way around. Do you remember that one where they called a face mask and he kind of reached the it was called against Nebraska on defense, I think, and
Was it?
And the offensive player reached back. It looked to me like he had his hand on Nebraska's face mask, and they called it the other way around. Maybe I just missed that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure, Dave.
Well, we weren't watching
I
as
don't know.
closely as you would if you were sitting on your recliner, But yeah, it was like one of our friends said at halftime. If you would have told me that was going to be the score at halftime, when they left Lincoln go down and have that halftime score, I think everybody was surprised. The thing I like is probably a lot of the people that are betting lost a lot of money.
Yeah, Oklahoma didn't quite cover the 22.5-point spread.
No.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, we'll move along here. Due to illness with the staff at Prairie Eye Care here in Broken Bow, they're not going to take any chances with your health. So they've got a number of people that are not feeling well in the staff, and so they're closed today. For emergencies, you can call 870-0686, 870-0686, and they'll get things opened back up when the staff is feeling better. They just don't want to take any chances with your health. And also, I know that my wife happened to have an appointment scheduled for this morning, and she got a call, a message, letting her know that. But if you missed that message, then if you have an appointment today, I think even I noticed on Kristen's desk, or my wife did, that she had an appointment today too.
Oh.
So those will be rescheduled.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, all right, birthdays. Troy Mack, celebrating a birthday today. Nicole Badgley, celebrating a birthday. Jenny Harvey, celebrating a birthday today. And my mother is celebrating a birthday today.
Oh, Mom, happy birthday.
Mom is 92 years young today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Doing great. Talked to her yesterday, went up and saw her. We're going to go have a little lunch today. And if you have somebody out there with a birthday, give them a shout. And if you're having a birthday, you're celebrating birthdays today with Philip Phillips, who's 31 today, American Idol, and had a big hit with Home, the song Home. Mm-hmm. Sophia Loren is 87 today.
Wow.
Doesn't that seem weird? George R.R. Martin is the author of his best-known work is Game of Thrones. Oh. And he is 73 today. Kristen Johnston is 54. She's an actress who played in Third Rock from the Sun and went on to play Tammy on the CBS sitcom Mom. So you're celebrating birthdays with those folks and others. So happy birthday to you today. School lunch menus. I don't have mine out. Do you have yours out?
Yeah, I can get us started today. We'll start you in Thetford today, where they have on the menu chicken taquitos at Thetford for lunch today.
Today at Dunning Sandhills, it's chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy, and mixed vegetables.
At Ansley today on the lunch menu, tater tot casserole.
Took in a movie yesterday, Brent.
Yeah, I think I know which one. Was it the new Clint Eastwood one?
Yeah, the Macho.
Yeah. Was it good?
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah.
Highly recommend you go to Fox Theater and check that one out. SEM, today they're having corn dogs, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Arnold today, chicken patty on a bun.
All right. Anselmo Myrna, let me turn the page here. While I'm doing that, I'll remind you that there's a triangular tomorrow, which is a very special triangular at A&M, as they're having the pink volleyball triangular. Starts about 5 o'clock, and Brent will be covering that for you on KBBN. It's also a big fundraiser towards cancer research. And those who attend will receive a free T-shirt while supplies last. Jerseys will be raffled off, and the AM Booster Club will also be serving a barbecue at no charge for those who attend. And additional items will be available to purchase. All right, their lunch menu at Anselmo Myrna today, well, that's breakfast. Hold on here. No, it's not. French toast with eggs, cheeseburgers, fresh baked ham and cheese subs, hash browns, fruit and veggie bar, and milk.
All right, Loop City today on their lunch menu, a fish sandwich or cheese dunker bread on the menu at Loop City.
You could have brought that big old shaver with you and
yeah, last time, no way.
Plugged it in.
No, I'm not. No, I brought that in to do that one time, and you just made fun of me all day.
Well,
you didn't just make fun of me. You made fun of my razor too.
Well, on the other hand, I'll take it back. Don't leave it at home because we don't need a power outage here at the station. Arcadia today, they're having tater tot casserole.
I don't even know what menu I have. Broken Bow Middle and High School. There we go. A cheeseburger, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, crispy chicken salad with roasted flatbread. The choices for you today at Broken Bow.
Correction on Arcadia, they're having hamburger helper today, fruit, vegetables, and milk. At Callaway, enchilada, fruit, vegetables, and milk. And at Litchfield, they're having ham and scalloped potatoes today. That's your school lunch menus. We'll play the game next. This is Monday. What's the questions?
All right, new batch of questions. A while back, we gave you some famous, iconic lines from movies from the 80s and then asked you to identify the movie. Well, we're going to do something similar, only this time the films will be from the 90s. So we're going to give you an iconic line from a famous movie from the 90s. You tell us what movie it's from, okay?
Okay.
Today's line is, "There's no crying in baseball." Was that from the movie Reservoir Dogs? As Good as It Gets? Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery? Or A League of Their Own? The line, "There's no crying in baseball," was from what movie? Reservoir Dogs, As Good as It Gets, Austin Powers, or A League of Their Own? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
It's time again for the ever-popular T-shirt quilt class at the Quilting Shack in Broken Bow. We all have those T-shirts we hold dear, but we don't know what to do with them. September 26th and October 17th, grab up your T-shirts, attend a 2-day class, and learn to make an amazing keepsake. Class cost is $40. All you need is a machine and material, and the gals at the Quilting Shack will help with the rest. The class will be from 1 until 6 both days. Call the Quilting Shack in Broken Bow for more details, and make sure to follow them on Facebook.
Oh, the phone's ringing. Let's pick it up and find out who we have here. We don't know, so we'll find out now. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
This is your neighbor, Peggy.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi.
How are you?
Just fine.
Good. You ready, Brent?
Yeah, I am. Yes. Peg, the famous movie line, "There's no crying in baseball," came from what movie? Reservoir Dogs, As Good as It Gets, Austin Powers, or A League of Their Own?
A League of Their Own?
You got it. Yes, that's the answer.
I gotta tell Dave something.
Uh-oh.
Okay, tell Dave something.
Bobby's his friend Christopher Columbus.
Oh.
Did you know that he took off and he didn't know where he was going? And when he got there, he didn't know where he was. And when he came back, he didn't know where he had been.
Mm.
And some woman furnished all the money, Queen Isabella.
Yeah. Not a very successful guy when you think about it. Other than he...
Yeah, had you ever heard that before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, well, that's nothing new. But Will Rogers, the humorist, you know,
Yeah.
he said that he met the Pilgrims on the shore. He was on the shore and met them when they got off the boat. So he must have been a Native American.
Well, he would have had to been. They were the only ones there that we know of.
Knowing you, there was probably some strange people. What did I win?
Peg, I have for you a little token that's going to get you a personal pan pizza, one topping at Pizza Hut. Will that work for you?
Oh, lovely. You know it's pepperoni pizza day?
Oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
She's right.
Well, absolutely. Well, there you go. You've got your little token to
I've got to come
go
out
on
and get
and
those too,
celebrate.
but I'm afraid.
Well, don't be afraid. We'll be here for you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Thanks, Peg.
Bye.
Bye. All right. It is 12 minutes before the hour. Make that 11 minutes before the hour. Steve, how you doing? Let me turn up your microphone.
Thank you.
Sure. As long as you're here, we may as well turn on the mic.
Yeah, might be hard to hear me.
How you getting along?
Good. How
Good.
about you guys?
Good. You have a fair weekend?
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. How's things at the grocery cart?
Things are pretty well. We could still use some staff. I'll be honest, I really haven't received any applications yet for the deli or the daytime cashiers or anything else that we have open. So it'd be nice to see some apps roll in here and join a good team. The GK's been around going to be coming around to 40 years here pretty soon, and so definitely come join a great team at the GK.
Yeah, and it's the time of year where, I think we maybe talked about this last time, we're changing the seasons here, getting into full steam with back to school now for sure. Maybe it's time to start thinking about picking up a little extra cash and working this fall and winter. So
Christmas money and just money to have around, for maybe even go for a full-time job where you can start building up a retirement fund. We have a IRA that you can contribute to after a year of service on a full-time job. That's one of the benefits of quite a few that we have there. So definitely think about that, and we match that IRA as well. So
Some
to a
benefits.
certain percentage, yeah. So
All right.
yeah,
Well, check it out, folks. And they just drop in, pick up a application.
or they can print it off from our website. If you find the link for the app to download it and print it, you can do it that way too. But it's always nice to just come in and see me, and we can talk and kind of find the right fit for each individual that could apply and potentially have a job opportunity. So
All right.
yeah.
Okay, we know you've got specials for us. Let's jump in.
All right, let's do it. It's this September Monday, that September 20th through September 26th is the ad run for this week. And as always, we always start in the fresh meat department, where the VIP meat points are able to be gained this week again, and then next week is the last week on that. So definitely earn those points as you shop at the GK at the meat department. You've got the certified Angus beef grocery cart premium aged certified Angus beef cube steaks, $5.98 a pound. Again, the same standard with the eye of round roast or steak, $5.98 a pound. So you'll see as the seasons change, we'll have more roasts and steaks, and then boneless end loin pork roast, Hormel Natural Choice, $2.48 a pound, and Best Buy bone-in baby back or St. Louis pork ribs, $4.98 a pound. Great to stash in the freezer is the Best Choice boneless, skinless chicken breast tenderloins, 2.5 pound bag for $6.98. Fresh frozen Best Buy bone-in split chicken breasts, $1.28 a pound. Oscar Mayer sliced bologna or cotto salami, 16-ounce packages, 2 for $4. And Jimmy Dean's smoked sliced bacon in a 12-ounce package, $4.58 each this week. And we know how everybody loves their Huskers and their Fairbury hot dogs. Fairbury Tomboy hot dog, 16-ounce package, 2 for $8. So definitely pick up all that and more from your meat department this week at the GK. On over to the dairy deals this week. A lot of great deals throughout dairy, frozen, and grocery, so definitely listen up. We've got Chobani Flip yogurts, $1 each. 3 for $5 on the Best Choice 8-ounce shredded cheese, and I saw a whole pallet of that in our back room come in today, so definitely buy up on that while it's at a hot price. Another hot price on Best Choice English muffins, 6-count, only 98 cents. So you can get 6 English muffins for 98 cents. That's 6 breakfast sandwiches you could make with some eggs and cheese and a little bit of bacon that I talked about earlier. And
A little ham, maybe.
yeah, absolutely. So buy all those great deals while they are hot this week. You said it was Pepperoni Pizza Day?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Literally,
national.
it's National Pepperoni Pizza
Yes.
Day.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever made your own pizza?
My wife makes homemade pizza, and I don't. But
Well, you don't have to make the dough this week. You could buy a Mama Mary's pizza crust and get some sauce and some toppings that you enjoy and make your own pepperoni pizza today or the next day or whenever.
you know, in conversations that we've had, Steve, I know that you do that sort of thing.
Yes, it's fun family activity if you have kids and you know, if you enjoy pizza and you're single, you can make it the way you like it.
True. Or
So
make it like the kids like it, whatever the case.
yeah, absolutely. $3.25 for those Mama Mary's pizza crusts this week. Over in frozen foods, we've got Ore-Ida potatoes, 2 for $5. Banquet frozen meals, 4 for $5. And everybody's favorite ice cream, Blue Bunny ice cream. I call them scrounds. I think that's what the industry term is. They're the oval containers, more of the premium ice creams. 46 ounces, 2 for $7. We also have Best Choice frozen pasta, so like the what do you call it, tortellinis and those kind of things are on sale this week in the frozen department. 19 ounces, 4 varieties, $2.98. A lot of other great deals over in frozen and dairy as well, including all those orange tag specials hung up throughout all the departments and primarily in the grocery department. So look for those temporary price reductions as you shop each time you come into the GK. Grocery savings this week, Best Choice canned vegetables, 48 cents each. A lot of great 98-cent deals in the grocery department as well, including all of these wonderful items. Betty Crocker specialty box potatoes, 98 cents each. Hunt's pasta sauce, 24 ounces, 98 cents each. Sorry.
Well, welcome to our world.
I've been up too long.
I know
already.
you have.
Hunt's tomato paste. We've got 6 ounces, 98 cents each. I know I like to add the tomato paste to my chili. I don't know about anybody else.
Beef it up a little bit.
Gives it a good hearty tomatoey taste and such. So Hunt's Manwich sauce, 98 cents each. And Hunt's snack pack puddings or gelatins in the grocery department, 4-pack, 98 cents each as well. And they continue. We've got McCormick chili seasoning packets, 98 cents each. Cremette pasta, guess what? 98 cents each. And last but not least, Red Gold diced tomatoes with green chilies, 10 ounces, 98 cents each. So if you like your chili a little bit spicier, that's a good way to add a little twang to that chili. Also stock up the cupboard with these great savings. Quaker Life or Captain Crunch cereals, 18 ounces, 2 for $7. Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, 12 count, 2 for $6. And General Mills Select Variety cereals, 2 for $7 as well. And 98-cent cake mix. I also missed that one. Best Choice cake mix, 98 cents each. That's a great deal if you're a cake baker needing to get ready for a birthday or anything else. And as the seasons change, as promised, there's going to be more soups on sale. This one's a Shore Lunch soup, so it's a dry mix that you just follow the instructions and make up. That's $2.28 a bag on those. You can make your own soup as well from the farm fresh produce. Here's some soup fixins or chili fixins you can use. Dole celery, 98 cents each. Green bell peppers, I definitely use those in my chili, 68 cents each. Whole carrots can definitely go in a soup. Cut them up, 2-pound bag, $1.18 each. Iceberg lettuce is $1.28 a head. We have fall squash, 3 varieties, 78 cents a pound, and Bartlett or D'Anjou pears, $1.48 a pound. So a lot of great fresh produce items that you can indulge in this week, healthy for you as well.
Gosh, Steve, I wanted to ask you, have you been eating some of your watermelon out there?
I had a lot of it, a lot of it had been local. I think we finally received our last pallet of local last week. So
I just think it's really held out great. Man, it's still very, very good.
Yeah.
Nice and sweet.
They grow them right.
Yeah, boy, they're tasty.
If they grow them in the sand or if they grow them, I don't know, but
juicy,
definitely is really good stuff.
This time of year, sometimes you don't get that. So if folks are listening out there, go grab one.
Yeah, definitely. The last of the local might still be around at the GK. Of course, you can get all those fall items like jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, large decorative pumpkins, small pumpkins, the Indian corn, and all sorts of great stuff that's seasonal right now, along with that fall squash I talked about. Mm-hmm. So over in the Fresh Deli, just wanted to make note, I don't know if I mentioned it last time I was out, but we are closed Saturdays until further notice. We have 3 individuals working hard back there 6 days a week, and so we're open Sunday through Friday at this point and closed Saturday. I've seen a few folks walk in and they won't even get this message, but some of them, and they're disappointed, and
Sure.
I feel super bad about that, but until we receive a little extra staff, we can't shortchange all of our days too much to be open every day. So
And we're talking the deli here.
right,
so,
deli.
Yep,
Right, just the deli.
that's the deli.
And sushi is back, so
Sushi's back, Brett.
That had a lapse of about 4 or 5 days. I apologize about that for them, and but they've got a guy back there, and we're back in stock on sushi. This week in the Fresh Deli, you can definitely indulge in these great items. We've got sliced to order Kretschmar meats and cheeses, mesquite turkey breast, $7.48 a pound, and farmer's cheese, $5.98 a pound. In our grab and go section, which we've kept fully stocked throughout this time frame where we're, a little short staffed, we've got some pre-sliced Kretschmar meats as well. So if we're closed this Saturday, as we will be in the deli. You can go to the Grab and Go case and find oven roasted turkey that's pre-sliced, hard salami, off the bone ham, and Black Forest ham, along with other Reese's salads, smoked meats that you can just heat and eat, sandwiches aplenty, wraps, all sorts of goodies over in that Grab and Go case to indulge in as well. And the salad that's on ad this week, Mrs. Jerry's Deli Fresh Coleslaw, $2.28 a pound. GK Bakery, of course, they're rolling out cakes like crazy. If you need to order one, get your order in. Basically Monday through Thursday is the best time to get it in, so you're insured to get your cake done on time for the weekend. And then on ad this week, talking about the pizzas, another way to make a pizza would be with the Stone Fire Artisan pizza crust or flatbread, 14 ounces, 2 for $5, and fresh baked croissants. Croissants.
Yes.
4 count.
Did you enjoy doing that?
I can say that I speak French now.
Oh, okay.
Croissant.
Oh, he's getting better at it each time. All right.
4 count, only $3.68. Don't ask me to do that on the spot in the store. I'm never that good if I'm told to do it or asked to do it.
Yeah, right in front of somebody.
Yeah.
We're in this little room. We don't have to worry about it.
When it's random, I can pull that stuff off. But if you come in and say, "Hey, Steve, do your French," I'll probably shy off a little bit. Oh, shoot. Wine and Spirits Shop, of course. Definitely get back there for your favorite or new favorite. A lot of Nebraska favorites as well back there, so definitely check all that out. Rewards bonus items. You know, you're going to shop with your rewards card and earn your 5 points per qualified dollar spent just for shopping, and then you can earn those VIP meat rewards points as you shop the meat department this week and next week. And then also, as always, in our ad, we have the rewards bonus items. So they are as such: farmland pork sausage rolls or links, 2 for $4, 200 points each. New French Bakery Take and Bake French Baguette.
There you go.
Baguette. 2 for $3, earn 150 points. Get baguettes and get croissants at the GK. We also have Reese's gelatin ring molds from the deli Grab and Go case, $2.98, earn 300 points. A Best Choice granulated sugar, 4 pound, $1.98 each. Earn 200 points. Florida Natural Orange Juice, 52 ounces, 2 for $6, earn 300 points. Best Choice Russet Potatoes, potato soup, 10-pound bag, $3.48, earn 400 points. Totino's Pizzas, 8 for $10. Talk about having a lot. I saw a bunch of those come in on the load too, so definitely load up on those while they're on a great price. Plus you get 100 points each on those. Campbell's Tomato or Chicken Noodle Soup, just right for the season coming up here, 98 cents, 100 points each. This Wednesday is the start of fall, I believe.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And so we'll be getting ready for cooler days. And hopefully fall lasts as long as possible before winter comes into play. And definitely all these great items and more at your GK. And with those points, you can use them towards free items, which I forgot to bring that out, but there is a new flyer for free items as well. So check that out at the store. And you can use your points towards gas discounts at Casey's here in Broken Bow as well. So always a lot going on at the GK. We're all working hard to make things happen for you, and we truly appreciate all of our customers.
All right, and the grocery cart, just like almost every other business in Nebraska right now, if not the Midwest, is short on help. If you're looking for work, great place to work. And we also, of course, understand completely where you have to kind of modify things a little bit till you can get back to full staff and full steam. So
we would rather do 6 days really good versus 7 days poorly.
There you go. All right.
And you don't have to speak French to work there.
That's good to know.
Isn't it, though?
That's one demo you probably don't have to worry too much about. We'll take a time out, catch up on some news.
It's hard to believe it's time for Medicare open enrollment already. Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Open enrollment for Medicare plans starts October 15th and runs through December 7th. It's very important to review your current health and prescription coverage each year. The TV advertising and phone calls can get overwhelming. Let me help. Give me a call at 308-836-2201 or stop into the office in Callaway at 115 East Kimball Street or in Broken Bow at 914 South D to schedule an appointment today.
Keeping your lawn healthy and looking great is a year-round challenge. A challenge that is easier to take on with the help of the Garden Center in Broken Bow. The last steps of the lawn care program need to be applied soon. When you buy both right now, you receive 15% off savings. Don't worry, it's okay to apply them without the previous steps. Weed Out for Broadleaf Weeds recovers your lawn from summer stress and kills weeds at the same time. Winterizer prepares your grass for the cold. Talk to them at the Garden Center in Broken Bow about these lawn applications and save 15%.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. More children could be cleared for COVID vaccines soon. Correspondent Vicki Barker says one drug company's just wrapped up trials.
Pfizer says a low dose of its COVID vaccine generated roughly the same antibody response in 5 to 11-year-olds as the larger dose administered to 16 to 25-year-olds.
The data now goes to the FDA, which could approve the shots for kids 5 and up by Halloween. Pfizer's Senior Vice President, pediatrician Dr. Bill Gruber.
We had more people volunteering quickly than we could accommodate in the trial. So there's pent-up demand for parents to be able to have their children return to a normal life to reduce the risk of their child getting sick as well as transmitting to the family.
The most recent Academy of Pediatrics report shows the second highest number of weekly childhood COVID cases since the pandemic began. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. Nebraska's unemployment rate for August of 2.2% was the nation's lowest and the lowest on record for the state, according to the state agency last week. The Nebraska Department of Labor said the August rate was down slightly from July's rate of 2.3%. The 2.2% is the lowest since Nebraska began keeping records of unemployment data in 1976. The total of non-farm employment in August stood at 1.019 million. Nebraska's unemployment rate is the lowest in the nation, ahead of number 2 Utah's 2.6% rate. The national unemployment rate for August was 5.2%. As Union Pacific's CEO Lance Fritz has had to find ways to keep the freight moving during the coronavirus pandemic as the economy nearly grounded to a halt and then roared back to life. Now he is working to help clear up a major backlog in imported shipments. In the spring of 2020, at the height of the restrictions related to the pandemic, shipping volume fell more than 20% before rebounding sharply later that year. Railroads had to cut staff quickly while still making sure they had enough people to cover virus-related illnesses and quarantines before rehiring at a fast pace to handle the return in volume. Current shipping volumes are nearly even with 2019, signaling that demand is back at pre-pandemic levels and the economy is strong, although it has weakened a bit recently as virus cases surged. A community in Omaha gave its final goodbye to a hero killed in Afghanistan. Marine Corporal Deacon Page was among the 13 U.S. service members who lost their lives in the terror attack at the Kabul airport last month. Page was trying to help people get out amid the Taliban takeover of the country. A memorial service for Page was held Friday last week at the St. Paul Lutheran Church in Millard, following a public visitation on Thursday. People across the region were able to view the broadcast of Friday's service.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Checking Sunday's action from Week 2 in the NFL. Sunday night, it was the Ravens edging the Chiefs 36-35. Baltimore quarterback Lamar Jackson had 2 fourth-quarter rushing touchdowns in the win. Buccaneers are 2-0 after beating the Falcons 48-25. Quarterback Tom Brady 5 touchdown passes. Titans down the Seahawks 33-30 in overtime. Cowboys edge the Chargers 20-17. Cardinals are 2-0, beating the Vikings 34-33. Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray, 4 touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing. Raiders are 2-0, beating the Steelers 26-17. Panthers are 2-0. They surprised the Saints 26-7. Rams are 2-0 after getting by the Colts 27-24. Broncos are 2-0, beating the Jaguars 23-13. Patriots take care of the Jets 25-6. Browns over the Texans 31-21. 49ers are 2-0, getting by the Eagles 17-11. The Bills blank the Dolphins 35-0, and the Bears beat the Bengals 20-17.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, do have a chance for some showers and storms, mainly through midday. Otherwise, partial sunshine at times with highs in the upper 60s, with breezy north and northwest winds. For tonight, mostly clear, a low of 45. For Tuesday, abundant sunshine. We're headed up to a high of 70. And even into your Wednesday, that stretch of mostly sunny weather continuing in the mid-70s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
11 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, 57 degrees outside now under a cloudy sky. Winds have been a pretty big factor here today, but they are backing down a little bit from what they were earlier out of the north at 10 to 15, sometimes still up to 20. Gusts out at the airport this morning up to 40 miles per hour earlier. Barometric pressures at 29.87 and still rising. Humidity at 69%. Yesterday's high was 92. That came along about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. It dropped down to 58 overnight and 57 here in the 8 o'clock hour. We picked up a 200s precipitation from some brief showers yesterday early evening. That puts us at an inch 20 for the month here at the KCNI KBBN studios. Speaking of rain, perfect segue. We're going to visit about rain dance repair, and we have Rich Run. I'm sorry, I didn't get your last name right.
Rundlet?
Rundlet. All right. I was going to call you Runley, so I'm glad I asked you. How you doing, Rich?
I'm good.
Good.
And as you can see, I got up and decided not to shave this morning.
Yeah. Good for you, Rich. Me either, man.
Zing. You got me.
I'm so glad you came in today.
All right. Well, let's move along.
All right, let's do.
I'd like to know a little bit more about your business. Kind of give us an overview, Rich, if you would.
Okay. I work on center pivot irrigation systems, do everything that there is to do about that. I have a Sukup grain bin dealership, and we just started promoting a new product called Beehive Ag, which is a controller for your center pivot. And it's unlike everybody else's controller because once you buy this, you don't have a subscription fee that you have to pay every year. So it's a one-and-done deal. You buy it, and you get to use it, and there's no other costs.
Which is kind of unusual these days, really. I mean, there's always another little bill coming along after you sign up for something. So
yes, that's correct.
Yeah, and you told us a little bit off the air. It's also unique in the fact that the user can use their own internet connection to make this work, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, we use the customer's internet connection at their home or their shop, and we broadcast it across their farm. And the controllers then hook up to that internet, and you control the pivots with your phone, just like you do everybody else's. The other interesting fact about ours is that when you put one of these controllers on, you can take the oldest, dumbest panel that is made, the one that had start and stop, and that's all it had.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you have GPS end-gun control, you have variable rate irrigation. It's like taking and buying the best panel that whatever company you have that you're using their pivot. And, a lot of those panels are $7,000, $100,000, and you get those benefits with this product, as well as monitoring of the pivot and letting you know that it quit. You can do anything from your phone that you can do at the pivot panel, plus all these added features, because you just didn't have those available with those older panels.
And you don't have to worry about understanding or running the newer panel, right?
Yeah, right, because it's all right on your phone. And,
Yeah.
and it's very easy to run. The people that we have installed these on are very happy with them. The company that's behind this, it's Hydro Rain Agriculture is who developed it, and it is a subsidiary of Hydro Rain, which is also a subsidiary of Orbit Sprinkler Company. So they have millions of sprinklers out in the lawn care and the golf course, and they use this same type of controller to manage their large landscape contracts and to control sprinklers in golf courses, and so they've got the technology. This is just a new endeavor into the agriculture market.
Sounds like a good one. One of the things that I can kind of hear, maybe a question or two out there, when they agree to work with you on this and make the purchase, if I'm the farmer, what do I have to do, as far as the installation and that? I just have the internet there?
Yeah, you have your internet, and then we bring in what we call a base station that we set up on your property, and then put the controllers and get them all hooked up together onto the internet, and we make it work. And all you need to do is give us a call and tell us you want us to do it.
Okay, all right. How's supply on those? Have to ask that these days. You got plenty of them that you can get?
we're in good shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have you had supply problems with some of the other items that you use for repair?
I haven't had this year. I've had people tell me that we were going to have problems, but we've been lucky.
Good.
I take that back a little bit, because we've had a couple crashes where pivots have fallen down, and part of the stuff got back ordered, and we had to scramble to find stuff to replace it, but we were able to get everybody up and running.
Can get them going.
Yeah.
So how long you been in this trade?
I seen my first pivot in 1990 because I moved to Nebraska. I went to a high school that was big on technical trades, and I had a background in electricity, and I seemed to understand them. And in '94, I actually went to work for a pivot dealer in Gothenburg, and it's just been on from there.
And that's a lot of years of experience, and watching the change you mentioned too.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes.
Yeah. But now, if you got an old pivot out there that you've been wanting to upgrade, maybe it's just a matter of getting the beehive out there.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's amazing what we can do with one of these, and it's so much more economical than buying a new panel.
Yeah.
And you get the benefits of it letting you know when it stopped, just all kinds of benefits.
Sure. So as with Rain Dance Repair, when you're out there, you take care of all models and makes as far as what they have out on the fields there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we work on every brand there is.
And do you actually sell any of them, or do you just work on them?
I sell a pivot or two from time to time, but I'm not actually a dealer.
Okay. So your main goal is to keep guys going out there with what they have, and which I think is a little bit of a comfort maybe to some of the operators out there, just knowing that you're going to go, like you said, if you maybe short on parts, but you can kind of at least get them going, right? That's the main thing with the pivot. When they need it, they need it.
Yeah, you need to have the water when you need it.
Yeah, that's right. What's the year been like? Has there been a lot of repairs due to storms at all?
Oh, we've had a little bit of storm damage, but it's been a long irrigation season this year. We've pumped a lot of water. Things were getting tired at the end of the season.
Yeah.
The last couple circles were extremely hard in a lot of places.
Yeah, and it's been kind of a roller coaster for that. A few years back, the pivots weren't hardly needed to be run there a year or two. So
Yeah, those are the years we eat bologna.
yeah, minced ham. Sandwiches, yeah. Well, you take the same ride with the I guess with the farmers when the prices go up and down. It certainly affects your business too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. But it's a good place to be tied to.
Yeah, it is.
Agriculture's an interesting deal. We just need to continue to get some of the young people to keep coming back. We're seeing a trend towards more young people coming back, but we need that,
Yeah.
And farming it takes a huge amount of money to get started in it.
It does, especially these days. Technology is great, but it is expensive.
Yes, it is.
And
yes, it is. And we're slowly getting taught that that's the only way we can do stuff.
Yeah. It used to be, you've been at this a while. How many rows were being planted back in the 90s when you were first starting?
There were, there was a lot of 6-row and 8-row equipment. There was some 12, the bigger guys, but now, it seems like, the sky's the limit. We see 32, 36 row planters.
Yeah. 36, gosh. Well, we see them once in a while going down the road, and they're all folded up, and they're still big, right?
Yeah.
So right now, the guys are wanting to get those pivots moved out of the way. I imagine they're pretty much done and want to make room for the harvest, which is on the brink, or they're chopping already. Is this a good time for them to start talking about coming out and taking a look and seeing how it got through the season?
Yes, it would be. It sure would be.
Yeah, set it up.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get some work in before it gets cold.
Yeah, and we I don't know. It seems like we're busy year round anymore. We do a lot of moving use systems in the wintertime. From one field to another, and updates, repairs. We have a program where we go through and check the pivots over and give the customer a list of what we think needs to be done, and he can make the decision whether he wants to spend that money or not.
Be ready for spring. Yeah. Wow. The new system, that's the Beehive? What's it?
Beehive, yes. It's called a Beehive.
Okay. And it's based on the connection that the farmer has at his shop or home with the internet. Sounds like you set up a wireless connection of some sort, and there's a one-time fee for the phone. Is it an app actually, or?
Well, there's the equipment that gets put on each pivot, and the equipment that broadcasts their internet and receives it.
Okay.
And there's a cost for that.
Sure.
Like any purchase, and of course the installation that we do. But after that fact, there is no cost to use it. And there's an app on your phone, and you use that app to control your pivot, and there's no cost for the app. You have the cost for your internet at your home or your shop because everybody needs it.
Yeah.
And amazing the amount of things, we can do our banking, we can do ordering, we can do almost anything now.
Yep.
And you take and you buy the product, and then there's no subscription fees. There's no fee next year to make it work. There's no fee the following year. I mean, why would you want to buy something and then have to pay for it again and again and again? You buy a product, and most of these other companies have a $200 to $300 per pivot charge. Well, if you've got 10 pivots,
yeah, there you go.
That's $3,000 you spent to use a product that you already paid for.
I'm sorry for chuckling, but that's pretty common these days. If you can avoid that, I think that's the way to go. I mean, every dollar counts in business.
Oh, yeah.
And the other part of that, too, is I don't know if those other companies work that way, but I think most people out there listening, whether they're a farmer or not, have gotten an app of some sort, or even on their Apple phone, and all of a sudden their notices, well, if you don't do this, well, this is your notice. If you don't do this, we're unhooking you. Those sorts of things that are common these days. This is really kind of unusual.
Yeah, it is. And this company has millions of controllers on their landscaping stuff, and they've perfected this technology.
Yeah.
And but their idea is that why would anybody want to pay to use something? I mean,
that they already bought.
And we do pay for stuff over, everywhere. But,
sure.
You buy a car, then you got to go buy a license.
You got to buy insurance.
You got to buy insurance, yeah. But anytime that you can take and get away without having to spend that money, it just adds it to your bottom line or puts it in your pocket so you can buy something nicer that you wanted.
Yeah.
It gives you a little freedom.
The other part of that, Rich, if I'm following you, and I think I am, is if you have a pivot out there that you've been thinking about maybe having to replace because it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that you need, because efficiency these days is everything, right?
That is correct.
So if you can go with the Beehive, get that efficiency without, at least in the near future, replacing that entire thing or putting in a new box, that sounds like something people might be interested in looking into.
Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it's a huge selling point of this system. And like I say, it's a new product. Not a lot of people have heard of it. We're just trying to get the word out so that people can find out what it's about and then make their informed decision.
We appreciate you coming in. How did the guys and gals out there on the farm or ranch get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me at 308-870-4455.
4455. That's Rich's cell. And is there any place they can stop and see, or are you on the road all the time?
Oh, I have a small office in Callaway, but the chances of somebody being there seems like we're gone working all the time.
Okay.
Best way is to get a hold of me with the cell phone.
All right.
You could also email raindancer55@msn.com.
All right.
Send me a text.
Yeah, just text that number.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Text me a number and leave me a message if I don't answer.
All right.
Go
ahead, Brent.
Sorry, Rich. I got a quick question for
Sure.
you. On the Beehive thing, with the way you hooked it up, it sounds to me like you don't have to worry about connectivity issues. Like no matter where your pivot is, I know sometimes we talk about dead spots or whatever. With the way this is hooked up, you maybe don't run into that. Am I fair in saying that, or not necessarily?
Okay, yeah, it's a very good question. We have a program that I have on my computer that we take and put where your home is, where the base is going to be, and sometimes we have to add a repeater.
Okay.
But anyway, the program allows us to put on a map where your pivot panel is, where your home is, where your base is, and it allows us to figure out what we need to do to make that connectivity. Now, we put in a fairly large one over by the Arnold area, and there is a base that is at a guy's house, and then we put a repeater out on the top of a tall hill, and it's solar operated.
Oh, God.
And then we were able to reach his pivots through that process. And it is a process to figure out.
Sure.
It is a line-of-sight product.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful that trees aren't in our way and hills. But we have the tools to figure that out.
And once you figure it out, if you decide that it's doable, once you get it built, then that connectivity that Brent's talking about is there because you've got those connections set up.
Yes, and not only that, but at every pivot panel, within 300 or 400 foot of that pivot panel, you will have a Wi-Fi connection. So if your phone doesn't get service in that area, you'll have a Wi-Fi connection that you could use.
I'll be darned. On the other end.
Yes, yeah. You can stand at your pivot and have a Wi-Fi connection. And of course, it's password protected, so not everybody can use it. But you would have a Wi-Fi connection that there are other options there then that you could put. If you were having trouble with something, or you wanted to put a camera at your pivot to monitor the level of a fertilizer tank, you could put the camera there. that you could watch that, and it would be broadcast back to your home through this Wi-Fi connection. And there's
a lot of benefits,
unlimited options with this product.
Now, there's a lot of guys that are out there going, boy, wouldn't that be great, because that particular place my pivot was probably not that unusual. I don't have cell signal, and I can't call and say, I need you to bring me this. I got to fix this. Or call in and ask for, bring me out one of those bologna sandwiches.
Yeah.
So I think that would really be a nice benefit, because one thing cell phones have done is really, you've been at it long enough to know that guys used to spend a lot of time running back and forth from the shop to where they're working out in the field because they needed a tool or something, but they had no way to get it other than to go all the way back. And now if you have a cell signal, you can text somebody or call them and say, would you bring out what I need, right?
Yeah. And there are other benefits that we have found. For instance, if I need to direct somebody to one of these pivots, I can look on the app. It'll give me the longitude and latitude, so I can give those figures to, say, a delivery man with fertilizer, and he can input those into his phone and deliver without any troubles.
Yeah. Yes, which, having been a former propane guy, I used to deliver propane to dryer season. Wow, I remember trying to find, after they'd give you the directions, where that propane tank was, which bin it was on. Those sorts of things can be solved with that as well. And speaking of that, before we close, you also you sell bins?
Yeah, we sell soak-up grain bins, soak-up handling equipment. Now that's been a product that's had its problems with supply.
Yeah.
Not only that, but this economy as it is right now, with the steel prices going up, they've increased in prices exponentially.
Well, we'll watch that and see how that goes. Yeah. Well, hey, Rich, thanks for coming in. Come back and see us. It'd be fun to go out and see one sometime that you put up. See how that works.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, all right. The number again, 870-4455 for Rain Dance Repair. They have an office in Callaway, but as Rich mentioned, they're out fixing things, so call them at 870-4455 for repairs or for the Beehive.
That'd be great.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll take a time out with these words.
Barney Health Mart, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, invites you to save during the month of September on these products. For your lingering allergies, save with Health Mart Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. 24-hour 72-metered sprays are $13.99. Allegra 24-hour 30 counts and Zysol 24-hour 35-count tablets are both $18.99. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow.
Are you sidelined with an injury? Team Physical Therapy can help at 872-5111. Let the movement rehabilitation specialist at Team Physical Therapy get you back into shape this fall sports season. 872-5111. Don't let that back, neck, knee, or shoulder injury prevent you from doing what you love best. With locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney, Team Physical Therapy will get you back into the game. Check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Want to go someplace new? Yeah, you do.
Just follow me. I'll lead the way.
Welcome to CBS Mornings.
See something new.
Oh, my God. That was a good moment. Learn something new. This is my first virtual reality interview.
Meet someone new. Like me. Nate B in the house. What?
There's always something new under the sun.
I came to shine because you guys are shining this morning.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
500,000 businesses connect using Zoom, a single platform for video, phone, chat, and conference rooms. Zoom enables real-time collaboration no matter where your teams are. Global enterprises trust the easy-to-use, reliable, and secure Zoom platform to power high-performance teams. Empower your workforce with Zoom. Save 15% on meetings, chat, and phone with a Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects.
Good soil starts with good seed. AeroSeed is big on performance and believe that clean, quality seed simply performs better. Soil Builder cover crop mixes from AeroSeed were developed to improve soil health and provide maximum benefits to the next planted crop. Cover crops planted after wheat, corn, or soybean harvest not only increase nitrogen supplies in your soil, but also reduce erosion, conserve soil moisture, reduce compaction, and suppress weeds. These benefits to your soil also benefit your bottom line. Learn more about Soil Builder cover crop mixes and how they can work for you by visiting AeroSeed.com or your local AeroSeed dealer.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber hopes you stop by to talk to them about your dream project. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
In the waning moments of the growing season, it's time to start thinking about soil health, as well as fall and winter grazing options. Aero Aviation of Broken Bow can fly on cover crop mixes into your standing crops right now. Then you have seeds sprouted before harvesting the main crop, giving the mix a longer growing season. Call Aero Aviation for more at 872-5113.
It's 8:36. Having fun here this morning on a Monday on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and I'm feeling a little bad about giving Brent a hard time about not shaving this morning because Rich had a full beard and kind of
I
worked
didn't
me
see you
over.
giving him a hard time.
Well, he's a guest.
Oh. He looks a little bit better in it than I do in my scruff.
Well, he has
So,
a nice beard.
yeah.
Well, we have guests in the studio. Would you like
We
to
do.
introduce our next guest?
Yeah, we got Joyce here
Good
from
morning.
Runza, who joins us on Mondays, and you brought a guest with you.
I brought a guest with me today. I have Jen Schmidt with me from the Anselmo Myrna Schools, and today we're going to be talking about teammates. Runza will be having our annual Teammates fundraiser tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Absolutely, and we'll be raising funds for both the Broken Bow and the Anselmo Teammates chapters. And that being said, Jen is the sponsor of the Teammates chapter at Anselmo Myrna. Oh, just about didn't get that out. And so we welcome her today. Wanted to just talk briefly. You know, we've done this fundraiser for many years now, Runza, working with the Teammates. But the Teammates program is about a 30-year-old program. It was started by Dr. Tom and Nancy Osborne. And Dr. Osborne's vision was to impact the world by inspiring youth to reach their full potential, and by doing that through mentoring one student at a time. He saw that need for students to be mentored, and so he created that program. Right now, the Teammates program is in 170 school districts in 5 different states.
Jeez,
So
that's
it has
grown.
really grown. His core group, when he started back 3 years ago, was with, I believe, a group of Husker football players, a small group that mentored some students in the Lincoln area, and then it has grown from that to 170 school districts. So a match is made between a mentor and a mentee, and the whole goal is to create a positive interaction and develop a supportive relationship for that mentee.
Joyce, is this something that all Runzas are involved in?
Yes, all Runzas will be doing it. There's a few Runzas that probably do not have teammates in their communities, and so at that point, then they do fundraising for some other mentoring type program in their community. But basically, yes, it's a company-wide program. Tomorrow at Runza, 10% of sales will be donated to the teammates programs both in Anselmo Myrna and Broken Bow. We'll divide that up, and that 10% will come whether you're dine-in, drive-through, carry-out, any of those avenues work to get that 10% to the schools.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that. I know that the Teammates program does as well. And Jen, I think it's exciting that this is happening in all the schools and yours as well, right?
Yeah, It changed dates on us, so it kind of snuck up on us. We used to do this in the spring, and actually I'm brand new at this position, the program coordinator, so we missed out on some communication, but it is tomorrow. Joyce and Kevin have graciously worked hard with us since we're kind of out of town. We're doing some fun stuff, taking some meals back to the school, so we can get our dollars in there.
And how did you have the privilege and exciting announcement that you would be with us this morning? Because I think you're thrilled to be here.
I am thrilled to be here. I am glad Joyce asked. I tried to knock on a few other doors, but no one answered, so here I am.
I hope you don't find it too painful. It's fun having you in.
I'll survive.
Okay, all right. You have some notes you wanted to cover there?
Well, I just wanted to say part of what teammates then will do with that money. Of course, we're kind of catching up from last year. Our mentees and mentors couldn't meet the whole year,
right?
At least not in person. At the end of the year, I think some did, but so we're trying to get those matches ignited again. But the exciting thing for mentees who are in our program for 3 years is there is a scholarship at the end of that time. So fundraising money goes to fund scholarship for those kids.
All right. Brenda, you have a question or two?
I was just, I assume that you're always looking for mentors. Is that correct?
We are, and if some of that, I was telling Joyce, October 1st is kind of my goal to send communication out to students and parents in our school. Grades 4 through 8 is what we're targeting this year. We want those students to be in the program for 3 years. That's when they're eligible for scholarship. So October 1st is my goal to get that information out to them. After we see the interest there, then yes, we will be looking for mentors. Basically, if you know me, I might be asking.
Yeah, you might be out and about. Yeah, well, it's a great program. I know that anybody you talk to that's been in it always say, I got as much or more out of it than the student did, right?
Right,
yeah.
Right. You hear a lot of those stories, and kind of the talk, I guess, around the mentees. Parents are like, "Oh, my kid doesn't need a mentor; they're fine." You know, who doesn't need another positive model in their life? So,
and somebody neutral,
right?
That you maybe can talk to that maybe you wouldn't otherwise, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
and don't. I think I'm okay in saying this. Don't be intimidated by the term mentor, right? I mean, because really, you're just being a friend.
You're just there to
a
listen,
kid, right?
Really,
Yeah.
They want someone. Most kids just want to talk.
Yeah, talk or play some cards, shoot some hoops, or whatever the activity that they like to do.
Just be there.
It's a great program.
And that reminded me when you said that, Dave. It is a very safe program for both the mentor and the mentee. They meet, only at the school. It's not meeting away from the school.
Right.
So they're never in a situation where they are alone with one another, without other people around. So it's a very safe environment for both sides of the relationship.
Yeah, and I think isn't there a little research ahead of time on the folks that are going to be involved?
Oh, definitely. There's pretty extensive background check. Actually.
Which it should be.
It should be if you're with kids. Absolutely.
Yeah, very good. All right. Anything else on teammates?
I don't think so. Just a reminder, tomorrow is the day. So what we have done in the past, this idea came up a couple years ago, was people would say, can we buy gift cards? And technically, the gift cards don't count on that because, of course, those can be used at any restaurant. But what we've done here in Broken Bow is it is a good day to purchase gift cards. So we will donate that percent to the Teammates program, that 10% of gift cards, just ourselves.
Wow.
So it is a good day to buy gift cards. So if you're thinking of anything coming up this fall, birthdays, anniversaries, not too early probably to be thinking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Some opportunities there for 10% of those to go back to the Teammates program as well, if you would buy those tomorrow. So.
Okay. All right. Also, a big day tomorrow for a fight of cancer too, Brent. You want to talk about the event tomorrow during volleyball at Anselmo Myrna?
Yeah, I'll just, I guess, kind of share what I know about it. But I think it's Dig the Pink
Dig
or
the Pink, yeah.
Dig the Pink, is that what they're calling it? But yeah, they're going to do some special things at Anselmo Myrna schools tomorrow, and I think they're putting together kind of a barbecue and giving away some pink T-shirts and encouraging people to come out and help in the fight against cancer, breast cancer. And so they're going to be doing that, I think, tomorrow during their triangular. And we're going to be broadcasting the matches with Anselmo Myrna, Elm Creek, and South Loop. And I think all three teams are getting involved in this. I think that's important to mention, too. So,
Absolutely.
We'll look forward to that tomorrow.
And I know, Joyce, you've been involved in other fundraisers other than Teammates.
Exactly.
You kind of select, and I'm pretty sure you've been involved in some fights against cancer along the way as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a
it's going to be a big day at Anselmo Myrna.
It will be a big day.
And that's,
Absolutely.
That's a fine effort, and I think the free barbecue, I wonder if there won't be a free will offering for that, or maybe people can leave some money. I would suspect they might be able to do that.
I would guess.
Yeah. If it's free, they might be able to leave a little money behind there. It's all one big effort for cancer research in this case, I think. So pretty neat.
Absolutely.
Joyce, one quick question. If people want to, say, donate more than the 10% to Teammates, they able to do that?
Yes, we will have what we call a tip box there.
Okay.
And then, and that happens quite often, both in drive-through and dine-in. People, as we've said many times here before, people are so generous in this area. But multiple times, people will come through drive-through and hand extra money to the people at the window and say, put this in the tip box or whatever you want to call it for the extra donation. So absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Jen, have you ever had anybody in front of you in a drive-through that you knew that you felt like they might just go ahead and buy your meal because you're behind them?
I think I was listening to this the other day.
Have you ever been disappointed?
I am not saying anything bad about Christy.
Joyce is going, what's going on?
Yeah.
Christy, all right. Christy and Dave both went out to get something to eat.
Where was that? Where was that? At Runza.
Yeah. And so Christy apparently was right in front of Dave.
Mm-hmm.
She pulls into the drive-through. Dave pulls in right behind her. And I think Dave was very disappointed that Christy did not buy his meal. Yeah. And
Well-
that's where all of this is coming from.
If I can help Christy just a little, usually when we see people do it, they're doing it for strangers.
Oh, okay, nice.
You know, they're doing a nice surprise for someone behind them whom they have no idea who's in that car.
Yeah.
Just, I'd like to pay for the car behind me.
Well, I wanted to say this, Joyce. Christy has called me strange.
Well, then maybe that would have qualified. Nice try.
You know, and I have had that happen at Runza before.
Yeah, I have
Yep.
too, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, we do have it happen pretty
Kudos.
often. I was working just the other day and it happened. Yeah.
It's kind of surprising when it happens.
Very.
Honestly, you go,
Yeah.
gosh, why did they do that? But it does feel good.
But the look on people's face, you know, because they'll pull up to the window and they're scrambling to get their
Yep.
money out, and then we'll say, you don't have to pay the car in front of you, and they just look blank, like,
Yeah.
what?
Well,
I felt bad. I had the whole family.
Wow.
Somebody was very generous.
And I will say that sometimes people will ask, they'll say, how large is the order behind me?
Well, makes sense.
Yeah, it does make
Yeah.
sense. And then we can look it up and tell them, and then they decide whether they're going to, which you can't blame them, you know. So anyway, yeah, that's what. Did want to remind folks that our closing time has changed just a little bit. Still 9 o'clock in the dining room, but we close at 9:30 now in drive-through for our winter hours. So drive-through closes now at 9:30.
Okay. All right. I did the new sandwich.
Oh, the Philly Runza?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Very good.
Good.
Very good. Are
Yeah,
they
and that's
going-
unusual because you don't usually eat Runzas.
I'm not a big Runza guy.
No,
I
you're a
love your-
burger guy.
I am, but
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
real tasty.
Yep, that Philly Runza is here for a limited time, but we do start with an original Runza, and then we add Philly steak to that, so you're getting a lot of meat. Caramelized onions, diced green peppers, then we put on Montreal steak seasoning, and, of course, Swiss cheese.
Try it, folks, if you haven't. It's really good.
It is very good, and we are just amazed how many of those are selling.
I was going to
Just
ask you.
selling so many of those. People are really, really enjoying them.
Good.
Mhm.
Good. Anything else before we close?
I think that's pretty much it. Everyone come out and see us tomorrow, all day tomorrow. We open at 10:30 in the morning. We'll be in drive-through till 9:30 tomorrow night, and 10% of all Sales tomorrow will benefit the Teammates chapters both at Anselmo Myrna and at the Broken Bow schools.
All right, Joyce. Thanks, Jen. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Come back and see us. It wasn't so bad, was it?
Oh, I'm going. I'm good.
Never again? We'll take a time out.
Thank you.
What an exciting time of year. Harvest, the changing leaves, it's officially fall. Go and see them at Bow Bootery. They're stocking their shelves with great fall styles. Get them now so you can wear them all fall long. Every single day they get new shoes in that they'll be putting on the shelves, so go and see them often. They'd love to see you soon at Bow Bootery, where they're proud to be your home-owned shoe store, east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Imagine this. You go to your mailbox only to find a check for big bucks. You're thinking, hey, this could be my lucky day. Well, if you get a check in the mail that you weren't expecting, it's probably not your lucky day. In fact, you're probably about to be the next victim of a scam. Did you know that scammers may not initially ask you for money, but instead they give you money? Asking you to deposit funds into your account is the first step of many financial scams. At Nebraska State Bank, we're here to help and protect when someone is trying to make you their next scam victim. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information. Exceptional Senior Living is off-Broadway assisted living in Broken Bow. They have a few beautiful and spacious apartments available now. They'd love to visit with you if you are thinking it's time for a more secure and safe environment for yourself or a loved one. They also have a wonderful dining room with a great kitchen staff and many activities available for their community members. Just unveiled is their new virtual tour at offbroadwayapartments.com. They have pictures available on Facebook as well. For more information, call Off Broadway at 872-2522.
It's time again for the ever-popular T-shirt quilt class at the Quilting Shack in Broken Bow. We all have those T-shirts we hold dear, but we don't know what to do with them. September 26th and October 17th, grab up your T-shirts, attend a 2-day class, and learn to make an amazing keepsake. Class cost is $40. All you need is a machine and material, and the gals at the Quilting Shack will help with the rest. The class will be from 1 until 6 both days. Call the Quilting Shack in Broken Bow for more details, and make sure to follow them on Facebook.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners make sense for you.
8:53. Well, maybe I did. I don't know, Brent. I'm just trying to get along.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm always trying to sew things together.
I know. You are, yes, and that's you. Never do you look to sow any kind of discontent in anything.
We
It's
don't want
all positive from Dave Burney.
No, like a separation of earth during the earthquake. We don't need that.
No.
Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts is closed today, but folks, they will be open tomorrow, and I'm sure they're getting ready for Junk Jaunt this weekend as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. And as you're off on your junk jaunting this weekend, and if you're in the Arnold area, I can't think of a better place to swing in and have a little break, get a delicious drink, have a delicious treat, and while you're in there, make sure you take a look at what they have to offer in their gift department. You'll find Brewbakers in Arnold, Nebraska. They carry some fun puzzles for kids and adults. They've got some unique and stylish rugs in their gift department now, some beautiful wall decor, and wonderful styles of eye-catching jewelry also available. Be a great place to stop in and just take a little break while you're junk jaunting this weekend. They also remind you that their delicious Dark Canyon coffee and Piper Leaf tea is now available for purchase, so you can grab some to take home with you to keep the flavor going at home or at work. They do delicious breakfast burritos, kind of create a different one daily, and they have delicious bagels and other treats for you to enjoy. So check it out, Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. They'll be open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5. Also open on Saturday from 9 until 3.
Thank you, Brent. We do have some jobs we're going to tell you about here in just a little bit. Also want to visit with you. Let's just do that right now. Circle V Stitch and Post is in full steam ahead mode for fall and winter activities, and Velma has some great garments in stock and garments you can order or bring quality garments in for her to stitch for you.
Yeah, as we change the seasons, maybe your business is looking to get some fall or winter type shirts or jackets or caps to highlight and show off your business when you're out and about. Velma can help you put those together no matter what you're looking for, a shirt, a hat, a jacket. She's got a lot of great variety to show you and help get you started on your creation today. Also, the school season is here, and it's time to thank Letter Jackets. If you'd like to give the student in your home a way to represent the school letter they have received, get a high-quality letter jacket to match your school colors, and Velma can help you get started on that. So just give her a call today at 872-6173, 872-6173, the number. Circle V Stitch and Post, just north of Broken Bow, out on Paulson Road.
Brent?
Yes.
Does the sound of the ocean bring back good memories to you? Have you ever been near the ocean?
I've never even been close to an ocean.
Does the sound of wind whistling through the trees, maybe a little water slapping up on the bank, bring back any memories of your childhood?
Oh, I don't know. I do know this. When I was in college, every Sunday afternoon in our dorm, one of the guys with his big stereo system would put in the sounds of nature and just run it through the entire dorm, and basically we'd all take a nap as we listened to the beautiful sound of the outdoors.
Good way to do it. New research says that sound is the top memory trigger.
Oh.
I think a lot of us think it's sight and smell, but no, it's sound. 40% of people over 50 have sound-induced happy thoughts at least twice a week. So you hear a sound, you go, oh, I remember when. Well, what happens if you can't hear the sound? You don't have the memories.
That's right.
You lose the memories with the sound if you don't hear those things coming your way. And, you know, I think we think sight and, you know, smell are senses that we use more than hearing for those sorts of things. Not true. So we need to make sure we're hearing properly.
Absolutely. And the person who can make sure you are hearing properly is Roxanne at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience right here in Custer County and Broken Bow, Nebraska, to serve you. Doing some special pricing now, featuring some things like free hearing evaluation, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, some extended discounts with their special pricing, and, well, just buying local. No need traveling to Lincoln or Omaha or Denver or anywhere, because Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. And we say this all the time, but when you deal with Roxanne, you know you're going to get that quality, good local service to follow your appointment. Free follow-up care, office visits. Roxanne provides state-of-the-art tech as well. So make your appointment today to get things started. 308-384-3852 is the number. That's 308-384-3852. You'll find them downtown Broken Bow, located in the Broken Bow Chamber building.
All right, 2 minutes before the hour, want to also thank all the volunteers who brought the Mid-States Rodeo to the Custer County Fairgrounds, I think for the 5th year now, we were told last week, and dropped out there yesterday and took a few pictures, and they had beautiful, I mean, it was just gorgeous, the kind of protected there from the wind, but yet enough breeze to keep everybody comfortable, and they had top-notch cowgirls and cowboys in the ring, putting their best efforts forward. I think it was very, very successful again this year, so thank you all the folks who put on the Mid-States Rodeo here at the Custer County Fairgrounds.
Fraudulent activity is on the rise, and fraudsters seem to be working overtime. Bruning Bank is dedicated to keeping you safe. Remember, never give out your personal information, click on unsolicited links, or rely solely on caller ID as it can be spoofed. Keep your information safe by monitoring your account transactions with mobile or online banking, and set up customized alerts with Notify. If you believe you have been targeted by fraudulent activity, we are here to help. Learn more about fraud safety at bruningbank.com. bruningbank.com or visit any Bruning Bank location. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
My name is Reagan Cool, and I'm a senior volleyball player for the South Loop Bobcats. I choose to fight against cancer for the many women in our family who have fought this horrible disease. My grandma, both my great-grandmothers, and my aunt have all battled and conquered breast cancer. I am so proud of their bravery and determination and hope that by honoring their stories, we can help raise awareness. It's important to come together to support, inspire, and encourage those affected and to stay strong in our hope for a cure.
Whether directly or indirectly, each one of us has been impacted by cancer. Join the fight on Tuesday, September 21st in Myrna for the Dig the Pink Volleyball Triangular, featuring teams from Anselmo Myrna, South Loop, and Elm Creek to raise money for cancer research. The AM Boosters will have a free barbecue for those in attendance. T-shirts will be given away while supplies last, and jerseys will also be raffled off. Join the fight on September 21st in Myrna for the Dig the Pink Volleyball Triangular. First serve is scheduled for 5 p.m. and can be heard on 95.3 FM, KBBN.com, and on the KBBN app.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. Younger kids could be eligible for COVID shots by Halloween. Correspondent Vicki Barker.
Pfizer says its trials, a world first, show its COVID vaccine is safe and effective for 5 to 11-year-olds, noting that pediatric cases of COVID-19 have risen by about 240% in the U.S. Pfizer says it plans to submit its data for FDA approval, in its words, with urgency.
Dr. William Schaffner at Vanderbilt Medical Center.
Children are getting a lower dose, 1/3 of the dose that older children and adults are getting, and it seems to be working very well.
In other breaking news, the markets have just opened. The Dow set for its biggest sell-off since mid-July over fears of China's troubled property market. Right now, the Dow is down 564 points. Futures had been off about 2% all morning. S&P down 76. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
On Sunday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens rallied from an 11-point fourth-quarter deficit thanks to 2 Lamar Jackson touchdown runs to stun the Kansas City Chiefs 36-35. Ravens clinched the game when they converted a 4th down and 1 from their own 43-yard line with 1 minute to play, and it was Jackson who picked it up on a 2-yard run. Greg Zuerlein's 56-yard field goal at the gun gave the Dallas Cowboys a 20-17 road victory over the Los Angeles Chargers. Tom Brady threw 5 touchdown passes in Tampa Bay's 48-25 win over Atlanta. The Super Bowl champs are 2-0. Randy Bullock's game-winning field goal with 4:50 left at overtime from 36 yards away gave the Tennessee Titans a 33-30 win at Seattle. The Arizona Cardinals held on for a 34-33 win over the Minnesota Vikings as Vikings play kicker Greg Joseph missed a potential game-winning field goal at the gun.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, do have a chance for some showers and storms, mainly through midday. Otherwise, partial sunshine at times with highs in the upper 60s, with breezy north and northwest winds. For tonight, mostly clear, a low of 45. For Tuesday, abundant sunshine. We're headed up to a high of 70. And even into your Wednesday, that stretch of mostly sunny weather continuing in the mid-70s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer specializing in pivot maintenance and repair. But did you know they are also licensed electricians that can do all electrical work that is agricultural, commercial, and even residential? Yes, that means new houses and remodels too. Get a free quote within 24 hours and Custer Electric will have you on your way to your new home. You did your pivot maintenance, you made it through service season. Now it's time for grain bin season. Custer Electric and Irrigation sells Conrad American grain bins and will service any and all grain bins you may need worked on this year. New bins, rewires, fans, motors, capacitors, belts, pulleys, and everything in between. Lance and crew will do it all at a price that's fair to you. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your one-stop shop for all electrical, agricultural, and commercial needs. Call today at 872-7786. Check them out on Facebook or go to custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
9:05, 55 degrees outside. Good to have you aboard. We've had a great time here this morning, and we'll continue because Mo is here from Ideal Realty. How you doing, Mo?
Awesome.
You know, you look good in turquoise.
Thank you.
I like turquoise, don't you? Brent,
Yes,
you like turquoise?
yeah, very nice color.
I do too.
It's just kind of a happy color.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of a bike I painted turquoise when I was a kid. And I have to admit, I copied it off a neighbor kid because he painted his bike turquoise.
Sure.
And I liked it so much, I painted mine turquoise. I was kind of a copycat. Did you copy your outfit off somebody else?
No, I do have some pinned on Pinterest, though. I have some outfits.
Oh, you do?
I do. I do.
Wow.
Yeah, supposed to look good when you're real estate.
Yeah.
Not so much, on the weekends.
Oh, yeah,
Not
exactly.
as good. I was painting this weekend, and
Well, you guys dabble in real estate of your own, and so you had the
Yeah.
paintbrush out?
did. Yeah, a lot of people were painting this weekend. So
Yeah, a lot of
that's
it picks
good.
up. Yeah. Time of year where we're starting to think we better get that done, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to talk about this
Good.
morning was even, especially if you're thinking of listing your property, do your outside stuff right now. You got to get it done before the
We don't-
weather turns. And, if you decide to list, then, if somebody gets a rural development, FHA, VA loan, and you have chipped paint, there lies a problem because you can't do it in the dead of winter.
Yeah. So they get right down to the paint.
Oh, yes. Because if your house is older than 1978, because lead base.
Oh,
That's
sure.
your safety issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also maybe take some pictures outside if you're thinking of listing in the dead of winter, if you're just not going to be ready to list until then, or give myself, Kirsten, or Marion a call, and we can come take some exterior pictures.
All right.
And be ahead of the game, so that way when you decide to list, your pictures aren't with a 3-foot snowdrift in front of your house.
Yeah, it would look better if before that.
Looks a little bit better.
Well, be sure and I guess just get a hold of you if they're thinking about listing and what some of the things they need to do, watch out for.
Right. Yeah, the exterior is huge. Washing windows, and even if you're not listing your house, it's always, just a little plug for all of our, little villages in the city. Hey, go clean up. Wash your windows. Clean out those flower beds. Cut back the landscaping you're supposed to in the fall, and
Mow the yard.
mow the yard. Little things
Get
like
those
that.
fly specks off the windows.
Yes, getting to be the time to trim the trees.
Yes.
If you need trees trimmed. We have great landscaping companies in
You don't
our
want to do it yourself.
in our community, and Outlane. Chaz is over there in Ansley,
yeah.
and A to Z, and Sharon, and we've got a lot of them.
Garden center's ready for you.
Garden center.
So, how important is landscaping when it comes to a property? I'm sure it's just related to homes, but how important is that?
Your first impression is somebody driving past your house. Of course, you're gonna go look at the neighborhood, and I know, our towns and villages are smaller. The neighborhood might look different a year from now because 2 houses sold.
Yeah.
You can't control your neighbors. However, people are still going to drive by, and how big's the yard? And if you have, say you have underground sprinklers and you haven't been using them, they work, but you haven't been using them, your lawn's burnt up, people are going to think they don't work.
Yeah. And if you got a big old tree that looks like it's going to fall over, they're going to go, I don't
Correct.
want that liability if I buy the property. And
Definitely. Like when we're talking about trimming the trees,
yeah.
definitely. You want those trees off your roof. We looked at a property just the other day, beautiful, beautiful. And I looked up and some limbs were touching the roof.
Yeah, hard on shingles.
Hard on shingles.
Yeah. So, what's the market like right now? Is it leveled off a little bit? It was really, really hot. Is it kind of?
I thought so, but if you go look on my website, it says sale pending contingency on almost every single. I mean, when I get them,
they're still going.
They're still going. They're still going. So, especially those anything under 100,000 is gone. It's gone within a week.
Are those typically starter homes that people are looking for?
They're typically starter homes because they're smaller.
Yeah.
Because the valuation of houses have gone up and up and up to the point these are anything under 100,000 is usually 2-bedroom, 1-bath, smaller home.
Yeah. But they're a hot item right now.
They are because people still, there's still people out there that need that starter home. They're to a point where they want to downsize. Their kids are gone. Now they want to downsize. So people moving in, parents moving in to get closer to the grandkids. Have had a few of those.
Yeah.
So, and they don't need a big old house. They just want something cozy and that they can spend time with the grandkids instead of cleaning their house.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get to that. I mean, and also steps come into play there.
Correct.
Is there a lot of steps? Is there no steps? Yeah.
Exactly. People are looking at the utilities in the house. Make sure good time of year to have things serviced. Have your AC cleaned out, ready to go for next year. Got a lot of good people that in our community that do the heating and air too. Plumbers, make sure your water heater's working properly. Just a lot of things to look at.
I think of and we've all had them, maybe a bathroom that has a leaky faucet. And we're going to get it fixed. We're going to get it fixed. We're going to get it fixed. And then pretty soon they get the mineral deposit around where the water's been dripping, and it doesn't look so good. You just get used to it over a period of time.
You do.
Those sorts of things aren't something you want somebody to walk in and have jump out at them, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Get the leaky faucets fixed. The toilet that hasn't been running exactly right. Get that puppy fixed. Things like that. Going into winter, another thing I thought of, because we have to do it every year, and my husband swears at my cat every year about this time. He has to fix that weather stripping that the cat has.
Engaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not very happy about that.
Well, speaking of pets, we love them.
Right.
We also get used to what they kind of do in a inside a house.
Correct.
For somebody who's looking for a house and isn't a pet person, that's a real turnoff, isn't it?
It is. It is. Oh, and even if they are pet people,
even so.
You know how it goes.
You don't want somebody else's damage from pets.
Right. My dog would never do
that. my dog is more behaved than that.
Obviously.
Yeah. Certainly my cat would not scratch.
No. No, my cat would never have an accident. It's 20 years old, but that's not going to happen. So, it just makes me laugh. Mike says I need to write a book.
You should write a book because when you're in the buying mode, you're looking for a home that you imagine and that's going to be nice, and you're not going to have to do a bunch with. When we live in homes, we get used to them, and it doesn't bother us until some day we walk in a room and go, geez, we need to do something about this.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just a natural thing, right?
It is. And I was just talking to one homeowner about some upgrades that weren't going to break the bank. And you would think this would have jumped out at me right away, but your light fixtures. And I didn't think about it until, and I know I mentioned it when I was here one time, I'm showing young people this house, and she looks up at the ceiling fan and goes, oh, well, the ceiling fan's dated. And I looked up at it and I go, oh my gosh, that's a ceiling fan I have in my bedroom.
I was going to say, I've got 2 of those in my house.
I don't particularly care as long as they blow air. But
I was going to say, as long as they run, I'm a guy. I don't care where they live.
But,
right?
you're living there.
Just didn't even think of it.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm like, well, and I get home and I tell Mike, it runs. Yeah, I know. And we're not selling our house, so we're okay.
He could, since he's an electrician, replace that pretty easily. but why? It's working.
It's working. Why? But if you're going to sell your house,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's be specific. If you're going to sell your house, you might want to, look online and see what the trends are right now, and go buy some, the LEDs, the Edison lights. Those are,
And fixtures will date a house.
They will. They will.
So, what do you have that is for sale right now? Do you have something that...
I know. I thought I should have pulled up my website. Well, a few things. We do have, I should pull up my website, Dave, because I don't know my addresses yet. You know me, it's such and such's house, right? That's what we do
completely.
in this small.
Yep.
Kirsten does have a house in Sargent. So if you go on the website, you can and just hit residential. She has a little house in Sargent. Probably needs a little bit of a fixer-upper, but it's priced right. We just listed Alan Woodward's home north of town.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on a little over 5 acres is what you're going to get. Grain bins, Quonset, and a barn, pole barn. The house is huge. They did a really nice job. It was built in 75, brick home. So it has some things that need fixed in it, though. We're selling it as is.
Mm-hmm.
So quite a few people have already looked at it. If you're interested, give us a call. It's listed at $279,900. We have Casey Jones' house, 2-story house. It's got 3 bedrooms up and 1 on the main level. Laundry's on the main level. Big corner lot, huge garage. It looks like it's a 2-stall garage, but it goes on forever. So I think he said he could get up to 8 vehicles in it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, those are what I can think of that's not sale pending right now.
Okay.
Dave.
Well, that's a good thing for the housing market and for your business.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you're listening out there and you've been thinking about maybe putting your house up for sale, do it, right?
Yes, we have 2 brand new ones. We have Dwayne Taylor's on South.
That's a nice house.
3rd.
Yeah.
Beautiful home. Beautiful home. He built it. Taylors have been doing this for generations.
Yeah.
So, it's built right. And it's, Dwayne took care of his house. Yeah. It is meticulously taken care of. And then on South First, have a house. Wish I could give you the address, Dave. It was, it's been for sale for a while. They listed with us. And again, beautiful house, lots and lots of room. If you need room, you got kids, or you don't have kids and you just want room. There's some people just like a big house. Big ranch-style house.
That's on South First, so that's out there, a very nice residential area there.
It's beautiful area, beautiful backyard. You don't have neighbors back there. It's back into a field. So, yeah, very nice house. The owners have done updates in it, so it's ready to move in. Yeah, unless you want to put your own touches on it, like any house.
I'd want to bring my fan.
Absolutely. That ceiling fan?
Yeah.
Still works.
If I bought it, I'd bring mine and put it in there.
Well, it still works.
That's right.
Don't get rid of those things.
That's a nice house. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. So, go look on the website. Sorry, I wasn't as prepared today as I should have been.
That's all right. South First, easy to find.
Yeah. South First, South 3rd. Out north of town, acreage. Go look because we're talking to people every day.
One of the things I think that's really been magnified in this market is how living in the small towns in and around Broken Bow really works nicely. You're within a half hour any direction you go to one of our neighboring communities. And there's a little bit better buy in those communities sometimes. Some maybe more floor space for the dollar in some of those cases, right?
And property taxes.
Yeah, property taxes.
That's always that's a big one. That's the big one I look at when I'm listing them. It pops out at you right away because the property taxes are usually a little bit lower in those smaller towns, but you got some drive time, but if you don't mind it, and some people want their kids to go to a little smaller school,
Yeah.
which nothing wrong with that, whatever
Well, they got good schools.
works for you.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, they all do, and they all have great people in each community I go to.
Okay.
Yeah, Custer County is a great county.
It is.
Mhm.
Nice people in it, and I know the little towns. Some of them offer just a little more privacy than you have in a town this size. Most people that
Right.
come from other places think this town is teeny.
Right.
But you get into,
Yeah.
I know Mason City, Ansley, you get tucked back in the corner. You got a pretty nice privacy there. So
Yeah, you do.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I just want to cover that exterior, people. Get outside this weekend.
It's that time of year. Yeah, and it's also ongoing inside if you haven't been taking care
Right,
of it. Yeah.
right. It's always ongoing.
One thing about a house is that there's always something that you can fix.
Yeah.
No matter the age of the house, there's always something that's on your list of things that need taken care of. And if you're like Joan and Dave over the 30-some plus years that we worked, that list got really, really long.
That list does get long. What's terrible is you have to talk to people about their house, and I go home and go, I should probably do that too.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like a barber, the last one to get the haircut,
Yes.
right?
I always I console myself with, but I'm not selling my house. So
Yes.
I don't have to do that today.
If I was selling it, this is what I would do.
If I was selling it,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But you talk about fix up, just clean up is big too.
It
right?
is. And
Yeah.
if you have an acreage, take a new set of eyes and walk outside.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I know everybody does. There's rarely people that if you've got the more space you have, the more stuff you have.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. And you start having a pile here and a pile there, and before you know it, there's more piles than there is land. So, Myers, Salvage, great people, get rid of that stuff.
I don't know what the price per ton is right now, but I would think the market is going to be pretty lively with the need for steel.
Right.
So-
Yes. Or, there's that junk jaunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Get rid of
Yeah.
it. We did one 2 years ago, and I'm going to tell you, I never felt better. After that was over, I was like, oh my gosh, getting rid of that stuff, it's freeing people.
Somebody else's joy now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I kind of been forbidden to go to them myself now.
Well,
So
otherwise you'll haul some stuff home, right?
that's just the way it works.
All right. People who want to talk to you about buying or selling, they have questions. What's
Yes.
the best way to reach you?
Website has everything on it,
Okay.
which is very easy to remember. It's just goidealrealty.com.
Okay.
That is all of our phone numbers, all of our emails, all that stuff's on there. So goidealrealty.com.
All right. And if you want to know who you're talking to, well, just drive by the billboard. Mo and Kirsten are right there on the billboard for you.
I've had family come through town I didn't know, and they go, wow,
Yeah?
it's a big head.
You guys are big. You guys are really big. All right. We're going to take a little music break. Thanks a lot, Mo.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Here's Willie Nelson.
In the millions in drawings 3 times a week, America's Biggest Lotto game is now bigger than ever. So play Powerball today and start looking forward to Mondays for a change. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Every time the back door closes, it squeaks and reminds me of how I used to go out back for a cigarette 2, 3 times a day when I was stressed, when I was hungry, when I was bored. But then I think of how the stale taste lingered in my mouth, and I reach into my purse and pop a stick of gum. And the craving is gone.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
9:27. We have another treat for you here this morning on The Breakfast Show. We were talking earlier about the fall festival that returned to Arnold, Nebraska this past weekend, and we visited with R.T. Green last Friday before the event started, and there was anticipation and wondering how it was all going to turn out. RT kind of lit the fire on this to get the Fall Festival back up and going again, and he's on the phone with us here this morning, and maybe we can get his interpretation of how things went. RT, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Dave. How are you?
We're good here. Everything's good on a Monday, rolling right along. Did enjoy coming over to Arnold this past weekend and taking part in the parade, and it just looked like everybody was having a great time from the get-go. What do you think?
I agree with you completely. It was unbelievable, overwhelming turnout. My jaws were sore starting at about 8 o'clock in the morning just because I was smiling so much seeing all the folks that came and participated. And I want to thank all the people of Arnold that came out and enjoyed themselves. And I really want to especially thank the 2 ladies that I could not have done this without, which was Robin Daly and Della Daly. They were unbelievable. Everybody had such a great time. I think we probably fed about 500 people with Casey's Barbecue there during the park. We had to actually go make resupplies at the grocery store.
Boy, that is successful. People really came out for it. You had a pretty darn nice weekend weather-wise, which certainly doesn't hurt anything. But gosh, RT, there were a lot of other distractions going on. We had, other activities, Mid-States Rodeo over here at the fairgrounds. Of course, the Big Red game was on TV. There's volleyball going on different places, and you still had a crowd like that.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I anticipated probably between 100 and 200, and I bet you we had close to 500 or 600 people there, mostly all from Arnold. There's some that came from a little further away, but the community really turned out, and everybody was talking about how much fun they had and how happy they were that this had started back up again, and it gave me actually revitalized anxiety to try to get this going again next year.
Well, you'd be hard not to after you had that kind of a turnout. And, I have to say, everything centered around the park for the most part, and that seemed to really work well.
It did. It was a good, safe place for all the kids. There were tons and tons of kids. The parents could enjoy themselves. The kids had plenty of things to do. Thanks to the National Honor Society and all the kids at the high school. Joel Morgan, we started out Friday night with things after the football game, and it started there with Joel getting things. A lot of vendors came up from downtown at the football field, and it was just a great weekend. I'm just overwhelmed. I think it was just an overwhelming success, and I'm just happy.
Well, we appreciate you having that conversation after golf and putting it into reality with all of the folks. And, we talked about it last week. There's just these communities all around Custer County, when they decide to do something, no matter how small or, what size the community is, people come together and make it happen. And Arnold certainly is a great example of that as to how they make up their minds they're going to get something done, and then they just do it.
I agree. And even during the day, small things would come up, and I'd start to go someplace, and somebody would ask me, where are you going? And I said, I got to go take care of this. And they go, oh, no, let me go do it. And they'd run off and take care of it. And it was just, it's a great community. You got great folks that live in Arnold and the surrounding community. And you're right, Dave. When they put their mind to it, it gets done.
Well, they did it right. You did it right. Congratulations, and thanks for making KCNI KBN part of the promotion on it. We really always enjoy working with Western Custer County, and look forward to it next year.
Well, thanks, Dave. We enjoyed having you there. Thanks for showing up for the parade, and thanks for all the help during the week.
You bet. Drive careful.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know. Telling R.T. Green to drive careful, I don't know if that works or not. You know, he likes to go fast, but you heard his flashers going there. He was traveling and pulled over, said he could do it safely. So, yeah, he is what they call a transplant. And sometimes when you transplant, they grow very, very strong. And you can tell his belief in Western Custer County is pretty strong right now. And it's always a little scary when you try something like that. You hope people will show up. And when you have 500 people show up for a barbecue, you can't go wrong there. And the parade was as good as any, and they threw that together, pretty quickly. And the other things they did, I think one of the reasons it was enjoyed so much, they were just simple things to do. They weren't, they had a climbing wall and a few things for the kids, and then they had the golf carts and the redneck deal, and they had all sorts of things for the youngsters to do. And going around the park to throw candy was perfect. I liked it because you had to throw it far enough. Joan was on that side, and there was kind of a water in the ditch, and so you had to make sure the candy got over the ditch, and the kids were having a blast, and I don't think they minded getting wet at all.
Yeah, good.
Pretty cool. All right, we have a few jobs that we want to talk about here again. You may have heard this morning on the air, I believe on, was it national or Nebraska News, that must have been national, because Nebraska has the lowest unemployment rate in the nation. I think Utah is next to us. And so that's a good thing. That's a good thing to have everybody working. But there's more jobs out there that we need to fill.
We have 3 here to share with you this morning, so we'll do that now. The Nebraska Department of Transportation is currently accepting applications for a highway maintenance worker in Ansley and a highway construction technician in Broken Bow. For a full job description or to apply, go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. Again, a reminder, you must fill out an online state application to apply. So again, you need to go to statejobs.nebraska.gov for that. If you need accommodation in the selection process, notify Nebraska State personnel at 402-471-2075. And again, a reminder, the state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer. Also, they are looking for some motivated farm and ranch help. Looking for a motivated farm ranch employee. Experience is preferred, but willing to train the right person. CDL would be helpful, but it's not required. Competitive pay based on experience with some benefits. This would be a year-round position, but they could make it full or part-time. So if you're interested, just give Ron a call at 308-872-6028. Again, you can call Ron at 308-872-6028. If you'd like to just send him a text message, you can do that by going to 870-2785. That's 870-2785. And finally, they're looking for some kitchen help through Lunchtime Solutions, searching for 2 head cooks and 1 kitchen helper. You would be employed by Lunchtime Solutions in the Broken Bow School District. Position hours are Monday through Friday, and all positions are 5 or more hours a day. To learn more about the role that you would be playing through Lunchtime Solutions or to apply, we direct you to their website, and it is simply lunchtimesolutions.com/careers.
Thank you, Brent. We've went through this before, and it's so frustrating. I know I'm doing something wrong, But why do they have the little pictures once you put your username and password in, and the little squares? Select all images with crosswalks.
Oh, they're trying to find out if you're a robot or not.
So I'm going to click on the crosswalks that I can see, because they give you these little small pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really tell if there's a crosswalk.
Now, see, what's
there.
frustrating to me about this is lots of times this happens to websites or somewhere that you have gotten into before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, now, if
every
you're going to some place that you've never logged in before, I kind of get it. But if it's something like this, I think you're trying to get into our chat box where people can chat with The Breakfast Show via Facebook, and it's locked you out. Now, we are in this thing every single day.
Every day.
But now they want to know if we have become a robot. That's, to me, the frustrating part. When you're going to a website and you've been in it several times before, but now it locks you out because they're afraid you're a robot.
Well, what they do here is it says, click verify once there are no crosswalks left.
Yeah, now with those, you got to be careful, because when you click one, there will be another picture that pops up behind it.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
But I can't tell whether that's a crosswalk or just a T in the road. I'm going to go ahead and click it. It went away. It's just a waste of time.
It's a safety measure.
It's a waste of time.
So are you in or not?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
There's more crosswalks evidently that I can't see.
Yeah.
Of course, it would help if it wasn't hidden behind that little bar there, but we'll just not worry about it today.
Okay.
It'll still be there tomorrow. If you're trying to chat with us today, our apologies. We can't chat because we can't seem to get all the crosswalks to disappear. What else you have for us, Brent?
We kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but of course this coming weekend is Junk Jaunt. Junk Jaunt coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Know many of you love to go out and junk jaunt. Well, to get prepared, you probably want a shopping guide, don't you?
Oh, sure.
So here's where you can pick them up. You can get them in Broken Bow at the following locations: Trotters West, Trotters Downtown, Grocery Cart, Runza, Pump and Pantry, Evans Feed, and the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow. Also, you can go to the website junkjaunt.com to find out more about this year's event. It says 570 registered stops along the route this year.
Thank you, Brent. We've been talking a little bit off and on about how sometimes people seem to have too much money. So we got this group of private citizens here recently. Again, this is a different flight than what we talked before, but they went into space last week. They're all private citizens.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a little bit different because the folks, the regular folks, and a billionaire who went into space last week have returned to Earth safely. The trip was billed as the St. Jude's fundraiser and featured a former St. Jude's patient. As part of the mission, some St. Jude's kids were able to video chat with the crew and ask them questions. The questions they received were like, what is it like to go into space? And they've been sending pictures back and forth. But one of the youngsters asked the hard-hitting question of whether there's cows on the moon. And of course there is. It's made out of cheese.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's an example of, a billionaire taking regular folks to space and making it a fundraiser for St. Jude's, who do wonderful things for youngsters in trouble health-wise. So there's a little bit of a different twist to it than just a bunch of rich guys going up and flying around. I don't know how much it costs to get it up there and back, but the billionaire probably covered that, right?
Well, you would think.
On the other hand, Sam Adams is now going to make a beer from hops flown into space. On the commercial side of things, looking for a new brew that's out of this world? Well, now you can have one. Sam Adams will be creating a new beer made from hops that were sent into space last week on the SpaceX civilian crew mission. Sam Adams bid for the 70 pounds of hops as part of the fundraiser for St. Jude's Hospital. So they probably paid a lot of money for it, but now on the commercial side, they'll be able to say that you can drink a beer that is from out of this world.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. You got anything else there?
Just one thing. We want to remind you folks about a wonderful care facility that we have right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, that specializes in care for those battling through Alzheimer's and related dementia. But it's also a facility that is there to support caregivers of those who are fighting through Alzheimer's and related dementia as well. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow believes that an active life is a nurturing experience, and at their facility, residents will find just that. They can thrive and live an active lifestyle. Activities can bring about a feeling and sense of self-worth and well-being. Some daily stimulating and physical activities include things like movies, music, crafts, games, exercise, gardening, cooking, and outings in their new outdoor area. Again, specializing in those battling through Alzheimer's and dementia care, Assisted Living Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. Give them a call today at 872-6387.
Crosswalks. Here's a story for you.
Okay.
It's both good and bad.
All right.
A policeman catches a 1-month-old baby thrown from a balcony. That's the good news.
Okay.
On Saturday morning, police in Jersey City, New Jersey, responded to a call about a man threatening to throw a 1-month-old baby off the balcony. Cops surrounded the area and tried negotiating with the man, who then tossed the baby off the second-floor balcony. The officer, Eduardo Muteo, was in the right place at the right time and was able to catch the baby, who was thankfully unarmed. The man was arrested and charged. What kind of man could you be?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm thinking of, I'm trying to think of the good of the story, which is
the policeman.
The policeman catching this young baby, but it's hard to overlook the other part of that story that, quite frankly, gets my blood boiling.
Well, the only thing you can hope there in the case of the man is that he was mentally ill.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I obviously I don't know the whole story, but
if he's sane, sound of mind, and was going to do that, I don't know how you could be, but
I don't know, but boy, praise the Lord for the way it turned out.
Yes, that was a gift.
Yeah.
You'll be happy to know, Brent, you can go home unshaven tonight.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
And
thanks for your permission.
Well, it's not my permission. It's just that I know you don't have your big buzzer here, the one you can ride down the highway or shave with. This is your night. Now, maybe you want to go ahead and shave before the shows, but tonight is the premiere of Dancing with the Stars and also The Voice tonight.
Okay.
One's on ABC and one's on NBC, and I know that you and Shelley like to watch some of those shows. So,
yeah, we did. I'll be honest, I can't even tell you last time I watched an episode of Dancing with the Stars. Way back when it first started, we kind of watched it occasionally and then just kind of lost interest. So, but I know a lot of people enjoy the show. I think it's been on for a very long time now.
Yes, The Voice has been on 21 seasons.
Yeah.
And Dancing with the Stars, 30th season.
Oh, wow.
No kidding? That's crazy. Yeah. Dancing with the Stars will have the Olympic gymnast Suni Lee and some other kind of internet stars, if you will. Season premiere of The Voice, Ariana Grande joins the coaches panel, along with John Legend, Kelly Clarkson, and Blake Shelton, who are returning for the season. Unfortunately, it's still hosted by Carson Daly.
I don't mind Carson Daly. He's okay.
I don't watch the show.
I
don't know. It
just my personal preference, but I actually kind of prefer him over Ryan Seacrest.
See, I wouldn't even know either one. I just read the script.
Oh, I see.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Anything else you wanted to mention? You want to talk sports real quick?
Well, we can. It's going to be another busy week for us. Tomorrow we're going to be up at Myrna, and we'll be doing the volleyball triangular there with Ansoma Myrna and South Loop, the two area teams, and then Elm Creek will join them. So we'll do all three matches for you. I think they start at 5 o'clock, if memory serves me correctly. That'll be tomorrow, and we'll have them for you on KBBN 95.3 FM. And then on Thursday, we're going to travel to Centura High School. Broken Bow's going to be joining Centura and Gibbon for a triangular there. Broken Bow will play in the opening two matches, and so we'll broadcast that for you Thursday on KBBN Radio. And then on Friday, we'll have two football matchups. Sand Hills Thetford and South Loop is our area game on KBBN Radio. That'll be Friday. And then Broken Bow goes on the road to play O'Neill. Now, we do want to keep stressing it's going to be an early kickoff time for that game. That'll be a 6 o'clock kickoff Friday, and we'll broadcast it on KCNI Radio Friday from O'Neill.
Every Indians football game on KCNI. All right, before we close, we did want to remind you one more time, due to illness within the staff, the Prairie Eye Care here in Broken Bow will be closed today. There's a number you can call for emergencies. That number is 870-0686. 870-0686. And they will try to get, the doors open back up, but they're doing this for your health because they have a few illnesses in the staff, and they just don't want to take any chances with your health. So they're going to be closed today, and they'll let us know about the days ahead. But if there is an emergency with your eyes, call them at 870-0686. And by the way, if you were scheduled for an appointment today, they'll get those rescheduled for you. They have a new doctor there, and they're trying to catch up from the COVID days. So this is an ongoing, situation where they're trying to keep everybody healthy.
Yes.
That's something else you'll want to do, too. When your beard gets real stubby like that.
Oh, yeah.
You want to make sure your razor is, put alcohol on it and clean it very carefully.
Okay.
So that you don't want an infected cut.
Okay. Well, thank you. I've always used an electric razor, so I'm not too worried about that.
Well, don't dip it in alcohol.